What is happening, automotive fanatics? It's Peter, your automotive fanatic, coming at you guys with another product installation and review for your Tesla. What I'm working on today is a project or a product that has been overdue for almost 2 years. I'm going to dive right in. I'll tell you what I have going on. We are going to go ahead and install a power sunshade for the Model Y. Now you're probably thinking, what's the big deal about this here? Well, if you are a Tesla owner with the 3 and the Y, you know that having the panoramic sunroof or the glass on top, it's a beautiful thing. It makes the car feel very luxurious. However, in the heat of the summer or any day that it's hot, you know that it's going to be extremely unbearable due to the heat. Now there are products out there that help you mitigate some of that heat. They're essentially large shade covers that you can put onto the glass that helps you keep your car a little cooler. However, with this product, I believe it makes the car feel ultra luxurious. Yes, you've got that beautiful glass on top, but now, kind of like the more luxurious brands like Audi, BMW, you've got Mercedes that does it, where the glass, you can actually have it retract with that shade. So that is what we're going to install today. The process in itself, it is not very difficult. One, you need to access power that's located in the driver's rear cargo area. You're going to go ahead and fish a power wire through to essentially the very back of the hatch area, and then you're going to install that complete power system and cargo cover onto the vehicle itself. Now I do recommend that you have 2 people. The product isn't super heavy, but it's just nice to have a secondary person help you hold that shade while you're doing some connections, as well as putting together the clamps that hold the product onto the car itself. So without further ado, I'm going to dive right in and I will show you how to get this installed. This is going to be your power shade cover here. It's all encased. It was delivered very nicely, packaged well. You're going to have some accessories. These are going to be the clips that you are going to bolt into the very front that actually hold this power shade in. And then you've got this here. This is felt, and I'll show you where it goes later, but it's designed to kind of hide or conceal I'll call it the bar that's in the very front from passengers or you seeing it. Here is your power cord. They also give you a screwdriver and a trim removal tool. So this is going to be the product itself. I'm going to go ahead and start taking the car apart and I'll show you what to do. The first thing that you want to do here is that you want to make sure your cargo area is completely empty, because you're going to lay that power shade here when you're trying to install it. For power access, it's going to be located behind here, and what you need to do is you need to open up this panel as well as this panel to allow you to access that power connection back here. You're going to do so by essentially pulling up on the weather stripping like such. You want to do it all the way around until you get up to about this point here. Don't worry too much. It actually goes in place very well. Just be careful. I would recommend that you use gloves, because the glue that they use to help keep this in, it's very sticky. So just a heads up on that there. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. And then what the from there, we essentially just pull this panel out to access that plug, and I'll show you how to do that there. Okay, I've got half this there, and from here, we're just going to grab the panel. Here is the power connection that you need to get to. Now to loosen it, this was essentially plugged in just like this here. And all you do is you just clip on this, and then you're going to pull it out like that. With the cable that's provided, all it is, it's just a piggyback unit. You're going to go ahead and connect it like such. This end will go right back into the power connection that feeds your 12-volt connection. Now this wire, you're simply just going to run it all the way through to the very front. I went ahead and ran the power connection from here, just kind of snaked it through here. Here's where you're going to see it. Originally, I thought that this cable was going to be long enough to reach out there, but through the process of setting it up here, it looks like you might have a difficult time getting it over to the other side. Now, the entire power shade itself, it does have a connection that's a little lengthy. So what I did was, I used the little fishing tool that they provided. I went to the very front of the back of the glass here and just fish this through, and then all we're going to do is we're going to connect the other end to the power shade's connection, and we're going to pull it through and simply connect it through here. You guys have to forgive me just a little bit. I rethought my installation process because I wanted to do it myself without the need of my wife helping out, because some of you guys might be doing this yourself. So here is what I actually did. Here is the cable that connects to the 12-volt accessory. I disconnected it, and what I did was I actually connected it to the fishing line. What I will do is I'm going to leave it like this. I will fish this wire over to the other side. You can see right here is going to be the shade itself. I'm going to slowly lift it up, and I'm going to put it onto the metal part of the ceiling where, don't know if you guys can see it. You might be able to see it. You got one over here, you got this here, and this here. These are actually L brackets that will fit inside of the sun's hatch area. And what I mean by that is the entire area that houses that glass is metal. Those little devices will actually fit and sit in there. It's totally safe, so don't worry about it. I actually looked and checked, so it's safe. I will go ahead and loosely set it there. I'll make that connection, and once it's connected, I'll pull this line through, and then we will put the sunshade in place in the very back, and from there I will go ahead and connect the very front side to two L brackets. I was able to, as you can see, I got the back part of the shade up and was able to run the line through. The next part is a little difficult for me to do by myself and show you how these L brackets will fit. Again, these are going to be the L brackets that hold the very front shade in. This is going to be the front of your vehicle. This will be the very back. So the entire glass area, it does have a metal trim, I'll call it, where it supports the glass. These metal brackets will actually slide in just like this here, and it's the same thing on the very back. The very back already has 3 of them that just slide back like this, and then the very front will have 2 that slide like this. So what you need to first do is you need to take both of these brackets, you slide them in the location that is close to the hole where your bolt needs to go through to connect the front of the shade onto the very back. So go ahead and position both of these. You're going to lift the front of the shade, and then from there you're going to put the bolt through here and tighten it so that it holds the front of the shade. So not terribly complicated from the front one. It's just a little awkward to put up there if you're doing it by yourself. But again, if you had somebody to help you, it would be far easier. So I'll go ahead and get the very front, and hopefully I'll be able to take a photo on how these look. Oh, I do want to go ahead and mention, Hansshow does put felt on this, as this part may touch the glass. If it does, it's fully protected from that felt. Here is the very front that I was talking about. You've got that little L bracket that I put on there, and the little hole that the bolt will essentially go through. So the way that it works is you're going to push this up. That L bracket is going to fit on this side. You're going to run the bolt through because it's threaded. You're going to do this side, and then we're going to move over here, and you have the L bracket here as well as the bolt hole here. So we're going to do that, and then I'll show you the way that it fits. The sunshade is completely installed here. I'll go ahead and demonstrate real quick how it works. There's a button that you push to go to the very front. It's a 1 push button operation. It slides all the way across. And closes really nicely. So we'll hit on the back as a 1 stop. If you hit it, it stops where you want it to stop. So really nice. Again, it adds a nice luxurious look and function to the car. The fabric that they actually used, it's not a complete match to the interior's color, but it is acceptable in my opinion. It's not like it's 14 different shades, but you can tell that there's just a slight variation, but with the functionality of it, it totally makes up for that issue. All that is left is to essentially route my cable down to the edge. We'll put the panels back together. We'll go ahead and replace the weather stripping back to those trims, and we are done. With the sunshade cover installed, I always want to hear your guys' feedback. Is it definitely something you must have, or do you think it's just an expensive item that doesn't belong in the Tesla? Do post your comments below. Hansshow would definitely like to hear your opinion as well. Now, earlier when I had talked and revealed the product to you, I had mentioned that it's been a long overdue project that's been 2 years in the making. I forgot to tell you guys essentially why is that. Now this product by Hansshow has been out for close to 2 years. The initial version was something that I had looked at. I absolutely did not like it at all due to the quality of the material that they use and also the functionality. The idea was brilliant because it really made the Tesla's Model Y feel luxurious because you can essentially cover the glass area, keep your car cool while maintaining just a nice luxury feel. This version is just 100 times better. The fitment is good. The quality of the material looks top notch. I have tested it over and over again. It works very well. And once again, the idea, it's just spectacular. I love it. I love how you can do a one-touch open and close. You touch it a second time, it stops where you are at. So it's a very nice product to have. Installation in itself was not too complicated. Just kind of follow along some of the things that I had talked about. You guys should be pretty well off to install it. You can use 2 people and it does make the installation easier, but if you're a one-person show, definitely give it a shot. I have full faith in your DIY capability. I do want to go ahead and thank you guys for stopping by, checking out this video on the Power Shade. Again, you guys can tell I absolutely love this idea. I think it's something that you should add into your arsenal for your Tesla to keep it nice and cool and to automate the opening and closing of your sunshade. If you are interested in purchasing it, I will drop a link below to Hanshaw's site where you can purchase it directly, and make sure that you use the discount code FANATIC15 to save a nice chunk of change for your purchase. Until the very next time, my automotive fanatic family, thank you once again for stopping by. Give me a 2 thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, please do and help me grow that channel. This is Peter, your automotive fanatic, signing off.